Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we got a very epic request by JK. Thank you so much for reaching out, and thank you so much also for waiting. We were away for 2 weeks, so thank you, JK, for having the patience to get back, settle in and do this. And I'm super excited because today we're gonna listen to some Cat Stevens, now known of course as YUSUF, and this is the Foreigner suite, the full version, the 18 minutes. We're gonna listen to it, and I can't wait. I love Cat Stevens. I was introduced to Cat Stevens by my mother very young, when I was about 6-7 years old, and I think we had one back in the day. It was a cassette, and I think it was the song "Baby Baby, It's a Wild World." Oh baby baby, it's a wild world. I don't know if that's the title, but of course that was my introduction, and then I think I've heard a little bit more, and then through the channel, of course, I've discovered more Cat Stevens, and also know that he changed his name and all. We saw an amazing documentary that is still on Patreon that you can watch, how he basically stopped playing, and then one day his son put a guitar on his bed and he knew it was time to pick it back up. So this is from the album Foreigner. So let's look here if I'm pretty sure this is correct, 1973. And also JK provided me with a little bit of information. Let's take a look here at this information by JK. It says here, in 1973, Cat Stevens released his 7th album, Foreigner. It was the first album he produced himself, and it was a big change of pace. The first song, Foreigner Suite, was slightly over 18 minutes long, and it took up all of side 1 of the album. It's the closest thing to a PROG song you'll ever hear from him. Hey, you put Cat Stevens and PROG in one sentence, I'm game, So I hope everyone that tuned in today is as well. I wanted to welcome you, of course, to the channel. If you're new, if you're a fan of Cat Stevens or YUSUF, or you're a fan of, just like NicknLex. So if you're here, I thank you. Leave a comment, leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, do whatever you want, but you are welcome. So without further ado, let's get started. My floor is not burning. This is I need, to take care of these guitars. They're very dry. It was about only 15% humidity in the house when we came back. So now it's only up to 22. I have to have them at least at 40. It's been pretty difficult because it's like, even though I throw all this humidity at them, the room just doesn't, it's not really working. But well, the only thing that can happen is fret sprout, and that's it. And then you can kind of like file it down. Well, here we go with the Foreigner suite, and thank you so much again, JK. I appreciate it. This is considered what we would call a little marathon. And without further ado, let's get started. Thank you so much for being here. Here we go. Let me just check one thing. All right, here we go. So, Foreigner Suite.
There are no words I can use,
Putting on the subtitle.
because the meaning still leaves for you to choose. And I couldn't stand to let them be abused by you. Dreams I had just last night, oh, made me baby. That's one thing I know. And I'm over to that Sunday side road. I'm over to that Sunday side road. Sunny side road, over to that sun.
Tower of Power, of course. On the horns. Okay, this reminded me a little bit here of reggae, but it's so funny. Like I was like, first of all, I was just listening to the vocals and the music, and it is kind of like a departure of his normal style, you know. And but it says here, like, I wanted to see why this change, and I'm loving this, you know. I love prog rock, you know, and it's not really like progressive rock, but it has its instrumental sections, it has its changes, you know. And he was, it says you're at the pinnacle of Steven's success with 4 consecutive platinum and gold albums. Mona Bond Yacon, I don't know if that's correctly, T for the Tillerman, Teaser for the Firecat, and Catchbull at 4. Stevens had dedicated audience and fan base who wanted more. However, he himself thought his music was too predictable. And I can see that because it was very, you know, 3-4 chords, and that's it. Very lyrically heavy, of course, and very, very beautiful. But I can see why he was maybe like trying to do something else, you know. So this was recorded in Jamaica, and that's why he also called it Foreigner, because he did move to Brazil as a tax exile. Let's see here. So he moved to Brazil, but he recorded this in Jamaica. So I kind of like, when it started with the, I can't really say reggae vibe, but a little bit, I was like, okay, I have to stop. But this is wonderful, you know. I really like this. We're only 6 minutes in, 12 minutes to go. I'm really digging it, and it is really different. Very lyrically heavy. I kind of stopped looking at the lyrics because I wanted to focus a little bit more on the music, and it's very good. You know, it's very yeah. I mean, it is a bit proggy, but not like to the degree of Yes or Emerson, Lake and Palmer or anything. It's still, you know, it's still digestible, and it was a huge success as well, this album. So let's keep going. Let's not interrupt too much. I just wanted to, you know, say a couple of words here. So let's continue. I'm gonna go back a couple of seconds. Here we go. Great
Won't
change.
you give me your word that you won't laugh? 'Cause you've been a saving grace to me, and I'd hate to face a day without you around. My life would be without sound. Love, 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 love must have made you on a Sunday. 'Cause you taste to me as good as God made honey taste, babe. And the sky all glistens with gold when you're talking to me. And the whirling wind turns to song, why it sets my soul free.
It reminds me so much of Jethro Tull for some reason. Like, it's almost like, I think both Ian Anderson and Cat Stevens have this more lower register, and I think when they sing high, it sounds a particular way. But also the phrasing, and I'm not comparing them to Jethro Tull, because Jethro Tull, of course, is Jethro Tull. They're very original, very unique sounding. But I like that all this music, that section there, that was very, very cool and clever, and those arpeggios. It's just like, that's just the stuff that I love, you know. When it gets into the, I don't know, just a little bit more complex to execute, and then when you listen, you're like, okay, yeah, that's what they're doing. Nice, you know. I don't know. It's just really funny, like how I enjoy music that is kind of, it's just so much fun to listen to stuff that's a little bit more complex to listen to, but also to play, you know. And then I can grab something and I'm saying, oh, let me try this, you know. It's always been this way for me. So, but yeah, this is very good. Also the lyrics and just the whole vibe. This is a very good first side of an album. Very, very cool.
When you're talking to me, and the whirling wind turns to song, why it sets my soul free. Love, 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 love must have made you on a Sunday. Hey, 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 hey.
Many themes in this. Nice bass.
There are no words I can use, because the meaning still leaves for you to choose. And I couldn't stand to let them be abused by you. Oh, darling, you see my face, but it's in my heart. That's where it's taking place. And I couldn't stand to let it go to waste. Can you sweet blue love. No man could ever get enough. But maybe one day we'll all die in love. Will you love, sweet love, my sweet blue love. Oh, babe, understand. Take my love, that's all I have at hand. Please say you will, oh, don't say you can. Oh, will you? Will you? Will you? The moment you walked inside my door, I knew that I need not look no more. I've seen many other girls before, but darling, heaven must have programmed you. The moment you fell inside my dreams, I realized all I had not seen. I've seen many other girls before, but darling, heaven must have programmed you. Will you? Will you? Will you?
Wow, man. So really good. Really, really good. Beautiful outro as well. And then really like cut off. Wow. So let's just see what Cat Stevens played. So he played the piano. He sung the vocals, the keyboard, the acoustic guitar, the synthesizer, guitar synth, clavinet, RMI, which is like an electric piano as well. Electric piano that's not an RMI. String, brass, wood arrangements. Wow. I mean, he pretty much like he wrote everything. Except the drums, which there were percussion drums. The bass was amazing. Two bass players, Paul Martinez and Herbie Flowers on this. Electric guitar, Phil Upchurch, and then keyboards, string, brass, wood arrangements, as well, John Russell. And we had some other backing vocals. What a song, man. I mean, it never felt like that it was too much, like for a normal consumer of music, you know, because sometimes when we listen to progressive rock such as Yes or Genesis, like especially the early days, or I don't know, Rush, it could be Rush, although Rush is very, I think anybody can listen to Rush, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe Emerson, Lake and Palmer, you know, there's just bands that they take it a little bit too far just for the normal listener. And I think this never felt like there was a great, beautiful story. And the music just was like, you know, it was really there to back up those vocals, you know. So I think, and obviously he got it off his chest. He created this 18-minute epic full of music, instrumental parts, and it got a little, you know, technical there as well, you know. And I mean, if they told him, you know, yeah, you know, I mean, he's like literally writing platinum and gold records, and then he's like, you know, maybe I want to change up my style a little, and I think he succeeded, and that's a victory, you know, on its own, you know, just to be able to take it to the next level. And you know, at this time there are all these progressive bands, like, I mean, we got the Beatles doing all this crazy stuff, we got, you know, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and the Moody Blues, you know, coming up with this. This reminded me more of something that maybe, you know, Elton John would come up with as in a longer format. It's still very digestible, but it is just a lot of fun. There's a lot of, this song needs a lot of listens, you know, to really get everything, to really digest everything. It's kind of harder to just like take it all in one sitting, but this was just wonderful, you know. It was just fun from start to finish. That bass was just going beautiful, like playing around the chords. Great piano parts, electric, acoustic piano, beautiful arpeggios and scales, and just wonderful music being displayed, you know. And the lyrics he is always very powerful on the voice, you know. He's very passionate, he sounds passionate, and that's something that I always loved about him and about his lyrics, you know. He's just very, very entertaining. So this, I'm happy that I pulled up the lyrics, even though I kind of lost a little bit on the way, and then because I wanted to focus on the music as well. But what a great album. This is I think this is by 20,000 plays, the most popular song on the album, but it did really good. It jumped up and down the charts, and being on number 100, and then it went up to number, I think, 10 or better. But hey, I loved it, you know. I really loved it. It says here bands that moved him included the Blue Notes and Stevie Wonder. Stevens came to realize that the music that he had always loved originated not as rock and roll, but what he had been introduced to as black music. Lead Belly instantly came to mind, who had been one of his favorites. In his mind, he learned about black music almost through the back door while he was being moved towards both musicals and acoustic folk music. That's kind of cool that it had that flair, you know. And I wanted to mention it. And then they explained, of course, why it was called Foreigner, because Stevens additionally named the album Foreigner because he took up residency in Brazil. He recorded Foreigner in Jamaica on November 9th. Oh my God, that's my brother's birthday, but he wasn't born yet in that year. But hey, this was just very, very special. Thank you so much, JK, you know, for still coming up with stuff that just like is amazing, you know. And I hope there's going to be a lot of people that maybe don't know this work, you know, and that's what I love about the channel. Oh, what he says, in 2009, Steven, known as YUSUF Islam, entered into legal proceedings alongside Joe Satriani in a lawsuit against the band's Coldplay. Oh wow. Allegedly, they had used, at least unintentionally, respective works by both artists, If I Could Fly by Satriani and Steven's Foreigner suit. Oh, Viva la Vida. Huh. Viva la Vida. Da 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 dee da 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 dee da da dee. Maybe I would have to listen to it again, and I'm not that. I know that there's a very, very a famous song by Coldplay, but yeah, I would have to listen to it again. If I would have known, I would have paid more attention. But then again, you know, then you're only waiting for that part. I love this. This is very, very good. I have to listen to it again. I will. So when I'm editing the video, I usually always listen to the song on my second time, like the second time that I listen to it, when I'm creating the thumbnail, and that's when I kind of find the title or whatever. But this was wonderful. Thank you so much, JK. I appreciate it, honestly. You know, that you guys still find, you know, stuff. I mean, there's so much music out there, it's ridiculous, you know. It's endless. And I'm super excited to be doing these marathons again, you know. It's really a lot of fun. So again, thank you so much. If you're a fan of Cat Stevens, let us know. Have you heard this before? Did you like it when it came out? Was it too long? Were you more into like the short 3-4 minute songs that he used to make before? Let us know, you know, your experience. And then I did see there's a YouTube version live that's also about 19 minutes long, so we can watch it eventually live. I could show it to Alexia or something. That'd be cool. But she's gonna listen to it regardless, because we always play the music that we react to in the car, and then if she missed something, then, you know, I play it to her in the car. But this was wonderful. Thank you so much, Chick. I appreciate it. Like I said, let us know what you think. Comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you like the channel, what we do here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.